Hello, beautifuls. We are going to find out, are they thinking about you as well? So you're going to have two piles to draw from. This is going to be pile number 1. And this is going to be pile number 2. Go ahead and come back, make a decision on which one you'd like to follow, and we're going to find out if they're thinking about you too. Welcome, pile number 1. If you picked this pile, this is going to be your reading. Are they thinking about you too? Please give me a clear guidance in regards to whether or not pile number 1's person is thinking about them as well. Pile number 1's message, please, source. All right. So the first card that you have is the 4 of Air. The second card is the Tower. The third card is Justice. The fourth is Messenger of Fire. And the fourth is the 4 of Fire. This person feels as if they messed up. For lack of a better way of saying it, this person feels very much like they did something that they cannot come back from. And that you have every right to not want to hear from them again. So energetically, this person is thinking about you, but what they're thinking about is how they fudged up, basically. Source is saying this person feels very much like they would love to come in and talk to you about what they imagined their future would look like if they had made a different decision that created the outcome that your guys are currently experiencing. Source is telling me this person really is in a place of feeling as if you have full reign and justification for not ever talking to them again. There seems to be a karmic, this really feels like a karmic relationship. This person was meant to have this experience with you so that they would understand how actions have consequences, and they are living the consequences of those actions. They are spending a bit of time feeling how warm you made them feel, how you made them feel as if it was a very positive future in which you guys were going to experience together. This person really regrets that they didn't take you as seriously as they should have. All right, what additional messages can you give pile number 1 if this person is thinking about them? Says reflect on your truth. Reflect on your truth. It says reach for the stars. It says face your shadow. And the last card that came up is do what you love. Source is telling me this person is inspired by you in some way because they feel very much like you stood by your morals, you stood by your dreams, and you are willing to admit that you were not perfect. They have an admiration for the fact that you really chose yourself in this. And that you didn't take it out on them. What additional message can we give pile number 1? What is Source's suggestion for pile number 1? What is Source's suggestion for pile number 1? Okay. Oh, look at that. So the suggestion for you, pile number 1, is to recognize that the reason this happened, really, Source wants to ask you, why concern yourself over someone that didn't see what you had to offer? There's an energy here of recognizing that this person was surface level. This person could only meet you where they met themselves. And Source wants you to really focus on what you would like to experience from a soulmate's perspective. This person recognizes your value now, but they also recognize about themselves is that they aren't ready for what it is that you were willing to offer and the caliber of person in which you are. So Source is asking you to ask yourself, what part of you still wants to align to something that isn't your level? Because all you're doing is bringing yourself back to the misalignment, to the kind of soulmate that you are really seeking to meet with. This person recognizes your value, but they aren't willing to meet you there. And Source wants to suggest that you focus on what you would like in a soulmate so that you can attract it. And thank your lucky stars that you didn't stay in this to retract you from your soulmate. I hope this helped you. If you've picked this pile, this is your reading. All right, let's find out if they are thinking about you too. Pile number 2. Are they thinking about you too? Interesting. So you've got the Fool Child, you've got the 7 of Swords, you have the 4 of Cups, you have the King of Wands, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. This person is always wondering if you will accept the bare minimum. This person comes in when they are lacking other options for, I'm sorry to say, this person is a player. They do have their shizzies together per se financially, and they look really good on paper, but emotionally they are unavailable to anything deep. Source is saying to me, they run on, they only offer just enough, and then they go missing for a moment, and then they come back, and you're like, do they feel the same way? Well, let's find out what Source wants you to know about what this person's feelings are. Please give pile number 2 an idea of what this person, if this person is, where they sit in regards to pile number 2. How does this person? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so there's an imbalance between the masculine and the feminine in this deck. Source is showing me that the masculine is meant to give and the feminine is meant to receive, but the roles are reversed in this situation and relationship. The feminine is giving and the masculine is taking, and that is an imbalance when it comes to relativeness. Source wants you, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, to choose what the imbalance is within this connection, because this connection is doing the other energy and it's not from a place of balance. Source wants to really express that the way that you know whether or not this is good for you is to know that this person only comes around when they don't have, just, it's like they don't even follow through each time that they spend time with you. They give just a little, and then if they feel too much, they go missing. Source wants you to be aware that this person is a taker. What else would you like to tell my pile number 2s? Of course they're thinking about you, but they think about you sporadically when they're in a moment of going, oh yeah, I can call pile number 2. That's what I can do. I don't have, I have this free space right now. I can check and see if they're available, but it's not ever a thought through, giving to, creating foundation, making you feel safe kind of energy of real desire to create something for the future. What they do create is space for their needs to be met. What else can we tell pile number 2? Source wants you to know that this person has a bad reputation. Yeah. Yes, they will continue to make themselves available to seeing you as long as they're getting the milk for free, i.e. they have to do absolutely the bare minimum to get something from you. Source wants you to choose a balanced relationship that wants to create a future in order for you to create a feeling of balance within your masculine or feminine, because that is the reason that you're still concerning yourself about someone that isn't necessarily there for the long haul. I hope that this helped you, pile number 2. I'm sending you so much love.